Welcome to another video, part 2 of chapter 12, which is geometry. So in this video we will learn about perimeter. The sum of all sides of a plane closed figure is called its perimeter. So suppose we will learn about the perimeter of a triangle. Now the sum of all sides, sum means adding up all the three sides. Okay, so A to B is equal to 3, B to C is 4 and C to A is 5. So now we need to add all the three sides. 3 plus 4 plus 5. 3 plus 4 plus 5 is equal to 12. Therefore, the perimeter of a triangle of this triangle ABC is equal to 12 centimeters. Now we will do perimeter of a square. Perimeter of square has 4 sides. To find the perimeter, we need to calculate the sum of all the 4 sides, which is 5 centimeters. So we can simply do 5 into 4, or you can do addition, which is 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. Now 4 into 5 is equal to 20 centimeters, which is the answer. In perimeter of a rectangle, we have to do the same thing, except here we can do 2 plus 2, which is 4. Then 4 into 3, which is 12. Write the perimeters of the following figures. So here we have 5, 3 and 3, so it's 11. Next we have a triangle with sides 2, 2 and 2. It's an equilateral triangle, means all the sides are equal. So 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 and 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. Next we have a square again. So 3 sides, 3 centimeters and 4 sides. So 3 into 4 is equal to 12. Then we have this. So here, this is not a normal figure. It's a non-regular figure. So we have to count the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has 6 sides. And here, we need to add all the values given. So 2 plus 3 plus 3. So 2 plus 3 is equal to 5 and 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. Then we will do 8 plus 2, which is 10, and 10 plus 2, which is 12. So the perimeter of a non-regular figure is 12. Next we have another non-regular figure, or a regular polygon you can call it. So 1 plus 1. Now here there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides again. So we will calculate the sum. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 and 4 plus 6 is equal to 10. So the perimeter here is 10. What is the perimeter of a triangle having sides 6 centimeters, 4 centimeters and 3 centimeters? Now first, when you are solving these word problems, if it's easier, we can draw the figure, and later when we are well versed with these word problems, we will not draw the figure. So perimeter is equal to the sum of all sides, which is equal to 6 plus 4 plus 3, which is equal to 6 plus 4 is equal to 10 and 10 plus 3 is equal to 13. So the answer is 13. Plus 3. Yeah. How many meters of wire will be required for fencing a regular flower bed of length 10 meters and breadth 6 meters? Here, when we solve word problems, you need to be very well versed in English. So here they have just said another way of saying find the perimeter of a rectangle. Here they have said how many meters of wire will be required for fencing a regular rectangular flower bed. So here it means that a wire, we need to put it along the perimeter, and they are saying how many meters, means we need to find the length of the perimeter. So we need to find the perimeter. Now here a rectangle. So let's draw a rectangle. So here a rectangle, the length is 10 meters and the breadth is 6 meters. So if the length is 10 meters, automatically the opposite side also has 10 meters, and then this will be 6, so this will be also 6. So basically here we will write the perimeter will be equal to 10 plus 10, 10 plus 10 plus 6. 10 plus 10 is equal to 20, and 20 plus 6 plus 6 is equal to 32. So we'll write 32. So that means the perimeter is 32 meters. So we'll have to add a meters over here. And then here we will write the meters of wire required. It is always important to write the final answer, so we have written it here. Now we'll do the fourth part of the chapter, which is angle. Now we are done with perimeter and we have solved some word problems. Now we'll do angle. So what is an angle? An angle is the common side, the common part where two rays meet. So here this is the common part and we need to find the value of this. So it's 60 degrees. Now we name the angle by saying angle ABC, and is written with half a triangle or an angle and ABC. So ray BA and ray BC intersect at each other at point B. So point B is the vertex. This is the vertex. Now how do we measure an angle? We measure an angle using a protractor. Here this is a protractor. This is a protractor. Suppose this is an angle and we take the protractor and keep it on the angle. So we need to find the topmost line intersecting with which measure over here. It is intersecting with the measure of 60. So that means the measure of this angle is 60 degrees. And the unit for measuring it is degrees and is written with a small O at the top. So we can say angle ABC is 60 degrees. Now we need a protractor for this, so you can do it at home. Now there are three types of angles: right angle, acute angle and obtuse angle. So first, right angle. A right angle is an angle whose measure is 90 degrees. So here ABC is 90 degrees, and as you can see, the way we write the curve is different over here. Here we draw a square or a right angle. We draw it here. So here in the second sum, this was 90 degrees and you didn't have to measure it. You could just see by the sign. Acute angle. Acute angle is the angle whose measure is less than 90 degrees. So if it is 1 to 89 degrees, then we call it an acute angle. So 54, because it's less than 90, we call it an acute angle. Now obtuse angle is the opposite of acute. It is an angle whose measure is more than 90 but less than 180. So 180 is the most we can go at. So it should be from 91 to 179. So 130, it comes between this. So that means it's an obtuse angle. So here we need to write what kind of angle it is. So here the first angle has a measure of 45 degrees. As we had learned, an angle whose measure is less than 90 degrees, it's called an acute angle. So here I'll write a capital A for acute. Second, here it's 130 degrees, and an angle which has more than 90 degrees and less than 180 is called an obtuse angle. So I'll write a capital O over here, and next, as you can see, it is 90 degrees and hence it's a right. Now in the next video we will continue with part 5 and learn about triangles.